Anthony Bozella and Gino Auriemma. Not much more needs to be said about him. Crossing over into decade number 4, leading the UConn Huskies. Thanks for making us part of your Saturday afternoon. Out of bounds. Possession Pirates. And for Seton Hall, possession, securing the basketball, it cannot be overstated against this UConn defense.
Yeah, you don't want to give UConn more possessions than they need, that's for sure, as they capitalize off of it. And you don't want to get into holes early, because they'll run with it.
For Seton Hall, it's just as important to make sure that UConn can't set up its press. And an early bucket from Mariana Valenzuela.
Good start there, getting it into Valenzuela early.
Great hands in the passing lane. This is Catalon. Takes it in on shade, and it stays Pirates basketball. It's a Seton Hall team that fell by 36 points at UConn earlier this year. Midway through the second quarter, it was about a 10-point game. Tony Bozella wants to see his team play up to that level.
UConn had this was a change in the game, a change in the schedule. They had to drive all the way from DC to get here yesterday.
Schedule got moved up by 24 hours. Great pass in the post. It's been all Valenzuela early.
Wow, she's been tremendous. This is the game plan. Get it into her, and she's continuing to find the advantage in the paint.
It's a packed house here in New Jersey, and a lot of folks showing up to see the #1 team in the country, but for Seton Hall, give them a reason to support you guys, and so far they have. Azzi Fudd left all alone.
That's too easy for sure.
Tony Bozella said he wanted her shooting 6 or more threes per game to help stretch the floor.
Yeah, she could shoot from out there. 6 to 9 threes he'd like to get her.
This is Pinckney aggressive. Valenzuela slashes in. It's poked away. Strong veers off Pinckney. Fudd in transition. And one.
And Connecticut just scores at will up in transition. If they're able to get themselves running, that can be dangerous. With so many weapons.
Can't be more consistent at the free throw line. Made all 32 this season. And the grad student has missed 8 in her career.
It's remarkable. Get to the line all the time, girl.
Yeah. Sarah Williams swats it out of bounds. Pinckney to inbound. Bothered on the inbound by Fudd. Valenzuela for 3.
I think it was a 2. It looked like a 3, but stretching the floor. When you score inside, it'll open up your game from the perimeter.
And Valenzuela has all 8. So far, it's Mariana Valenzuela 8. Azzi Fudd, she's got all 9 for UConn.
Azzi Fudd, just so calm, cool, and collected, just finding her rhythm from the perimeter.
No one picks up Codio.
UConn's defense right now is struggling for them. Seton Hall's getting a lot of good opportunities.
All 10 points for Seton Hall have come from transfers. She's for Florida State, and Jordana Codio is from Texas. While all 9 for UConn have been Azzi Fudd. Hard rebounding action for stellar freshman Blanca Quinonez. Strong rebound by Valenzuela.
So far, Seton Hall has taken care of the basketball, and that's been a key. And they're playing it in the half-court game, which slowing the tempo is going to benefit them.
So far, it's UConn with more turnovers, 2-1. What a start for Valenzuela.
She's on fire. Just get her the basketball. So confident.
Get out of the way. Quinonez with an answer at the other end.
She's been incredible. 6-time Big East Freshman of the Week. She just gives another weapon for Gino.
Picked off. This is Shade with Quinonez. Back to Quinonez.
That's where you cannot allow those line ball turnovers. You've got to be able to get the ball across the floor
10 quick ones for Valenzuela. 4th time in the last 5 games she's hit double digits. And a 3 goes down for Catalon.
Really nice ball reversal, nice movement with the basketball.
Great catch and a double team by Strong, and she finishes.
That's the young lady who's got to keep getting touches.
And a full court press on for UConn. Denied by Quinonez. It was a hard take by Codio.
Quinonez just shows that athleticism, the ability to just get a piece of the ball with the timing being impeccable right there. Doesn't play like an 18-year-old freshman.
Valenzuela with an air ball. Secured by Strong. Tied game, but UConn has trailed for the bulk of this first quarter. And now they lead.
Teams end up getting worn down and turning it over.
Number 9, Kaylee Heckel, sophomore from Port Chester, New York, and a transfer from Southern Cal, has checked in, snatched away by Quinonez. And now it's a run out. 5-point lead for UConn.
How about that, though, for anticipation? Quinonez just a Hawkeye, just finding the basketball.
Into the post to Valenzuela, poked away by Quinonez. And Quinonez helping finish off. The closest game they've had this year was that first meeting in this series. It was a 36-point win. They've averaged over 46 points as margin of victory in the 10 Big East games this season, as Kaylee Heckel announces herself.
Just a deep UConn roster this season.
Codio shakes into Sarah Williams, loses her footing. Valenzuela finishes.
Wow, what a finish. And what a beautiful pass. Heads up play.
This is Quinonez, and she knocks one down from the outside. Final 5 seconds of this first quarter. Pinkney for Codio. And a heave. A great start for Seton Hall, but UConn with an answer. The #1 team in the country. She's Julianne Vianney-Brain, Adam Giardino with you. Thanks to all of you for hanging out on a Saturday afternoon, one full day earlier than expected. Here's Fudd for 3, and she has been red hot from deep.
And it's tough because I know Tony Mazzella wants to switch some defenses up here a little bit. That was a zone.
Great move by Valenzuela.
How impressive has Valenzuela been? Woo.
Her career high set just over a week ago. She had 26 points against Marquette. She's on that kind of pace here today. Sarah Strong for the bucket.
I like that little high-low action between the 2 posts, and Quinonez finding Strong.
Codio goes to work on Quinonez and draws the foul. We've seen Jordana Codio already make a bucket today. Knocks in the free throw. UConn hosting Xavier, and they will be retiring. We're putting Aaliyah Edwards into the Huskies Ring of Honor for all that she accomplished.
Player.
Yeah. Here's Allie Ziebell. Speaking of shooting well of late, and no one got a body on Sarah Strong.
Yeah, super easy. Seton Hall's got to keep reversing the ball. That ball can't stick on that left side.
A foul in the rebounding act, so UConn basketball. Five on the shot clock. Quinonez.
Great potential for her future. I mean, the team played better when she came in the game.
3 on the shot clock. Hall Rosa.
And that's a huge shot, much needed.
It was 8 points a few games ago for Hall Rosa. She can come off the bench and put some in, and so can Allie Ziebell.
And when you play UConn, it's being able to carry that out throughout 40 minutes.
What do you think Tony Bozzella told his team in that last timeout as a run out for Quinonez on a feed from Fudd? Here comes Catalon. Codio. And Codio swats it out.
But even there, you saw Codio was looking for the foul. And Tony Bozzella said that before the game, listen, we can't expect the foul. When you're going up, expect to make the shot because they're not going to probably foul you.
Or at least not get whistled for it.
That's right.
It's Sarah Strong for 2. But he said it out of respect in the sense that he loves how aggressive UConn is defensively. Exhibit A.
And this is where it can get really tough. You've got to be able to set screens here and get the ball inbounds.
So does Sarah Williams. The pieces just keep coming at you from UConn. Catalon.
And that's what needs to happen. She's got to use her mid-range game against a team like UConn.
Catalon was right around 7 points per game as a freshman. Now in her junior season, she's basically doubled that. Ziebell from the corner.
She's a sniper. You can't play the zone and not be there wherever she is. She's been pretty open.
Another takeaway by UConn. This is into Strong. Valenzuela is called for a foul.
And UConn is starting to get whatever they want here. What makes Connecticut so hard to guard is you see a player like Ziebell knocking down threes.
Coming up on the Jeep halftime report, we will recap the first half.
Back to my point, when you see Ziebell making those threes, 50% for a while, you can't maintain that every game, right?
Foul from Williams. Catalon can't get it to go, but she'll get a pair.
89% free throw shooting. She went 10 for 10 against DePaul on the 17th just recently. One of the best free throw shooters they have, or they don't get called.
3 Huskies in double digits. Quinonez with 13, Azzi Fudd with 12, Sarah Strong with 10. And it's Mariana Valenzuela with 14, but she's been at that number for a little bit.
UConn's done a good job on her since the first quarter.
But it couldn't have been a better start to the game for her. A flip into Strong. She gets her own miss. And the final seconds tick down. Seton Hall will not get it in. With a couple minutes to go, we said, would Seton Hall cut it to single digits? Would UConn balloon it? Thanks for hanging with us through some technical difficulties. Minute into half number 2, and that's as easy as can be for Sarah Strong.
Sarah Strong making it look easy for sure. So many things she does well.
Defense is toward the top of the list, one of the best at stealing the basketball, forcing turnovers, but a nice response.
You can't ever roll over, and these first couple minutes are important. You want to try to set the tone, either squad.
This is Arnold, who turns the corner and gets fouled.
Wears that mask throughout the season, and she's been the most improved player this year, according to Coach Oriema. I mean,
and that assist-to-turnover ratio has been even better over the last 5 games, where she's had 22 assists and just 3 turnovers in that stretch, over 7 assists.
Shine a bit in the point guard position.
Suffocating defense on the outside. Pinckney emerges. Here's a kick. And a triple by Bishop. But Jalen Pinkney checking out. She was a big storyline coming in, and that's an offensive foul. Quinonez.
Another one from Catalon. She's a tough-nailed girl, just taking it.
That's her third offensive foul that she's drawn today. Strong. Transition. And the foul.
Remarkably good with her body control. And this is where UConn pushes the tempo, and where they're so tough. Strong just absorbs the contact, doesn't shy away from it.
It's a game best 16 points for Sarah Strong, leading all scorers so far here today and doing it just as efficiently as she always does. About a 60%. The word perfect rarely comes out of Gino Auriemma's mouth, and he said what she did for us as a freshman was perfect. It was exactly what was needed, and that's exactly what Seton Hall needs. A nice outside attack from Savannah Catalon.
You see there was Sarah Strong. Those numbers. So fast to reach 1,000. She did it in the Notre Dame game, which that was an interesting game. I don't think anyone expected UConn to blow out Notre Dame the way they did.
Least of all, Gino Auriemma did not expect it.
Surprised. I mean, Hidalgo's a special talent, but they're down around her a little bit, so it's a little tougher this season. But this is what UConn's been doing to everybody across the country.
Yeah, because previous matchups between UConn and Notre Dame, Hannah Hidalgo has taken over in a lot of ways.
They have a hard time with her as a matchup. Her defensive quickness, or excuse me, her offensive quickness.
If you're an opponent, to do it for 40 minutes, and so far it's been 57 in a row against Big East competition.
It's really incredible when you think about that number, and you just get used to seeing UConn so successful. But it's nothing to overlook. I mean, it's impressive that they can do it year after year after year.
And during this stretch over the last 3 years since the start of 2023-24, it's been 51 straight wins, all of which in conference play have been by double digits.
I personally don't see another team better than them right now. They've had a tremendous season at 20-0. They haven't lost. Neither has UConn. I think, and we talked to Gino about this, it's still a little early conference play to go. But the top 5 teams, it's been pretty sure so far throughout the season.
Matchup between South Carolina and Vanderbilt tomorrow that I think
that'll be a big one.
Yeah, going to learn something about Shea Ralph's group. Not that we haven't already.
Yeah, and another player, a former UConn Husky who's so successful now at the coaching level. She was with Gino for a while.
Carla Berube at Princeton as well.
That's right.
Got them playing well in the Ivy League. Ivy League got 3 teams into the NCAA tournament last year.
That's better than I think ever. I mean, it's been getting stronger.
You can see Seton Hall has 5 losses this year.
To some tough teams.
Yeah, and 2 or 3 of those.
They were close battles.
The Pirates wish they'd come out on the other side of things.
Columbia, they lost to North Carolina State. They had that game, too. They were winning in that one.
That's when Shade getting herself reacclimated. She's been hampered by foul trouble. Including a ranked matchup tomorrow between Ohio State and Iowa.
That should be a real fun one to watch. You got to tune into that.
Shade will try it again. Ziebell rebound. Shade not shy on the reload. That one bricks. And for Codio, another miss from the outside. Arnold in transition.
You see Jana Alfie is in the game.
Redshirt sophomore from Cairo. Ruptured her Achilles back in July of 2023. Coming off 4 games with a concussion. And so for El Alfie, just getting those legs back beneath her.
Yeah, Coach Auriemma told us he just wants her to be good defensively.
She played just 4 minutes last game, and that was the season low. The line, it's Jakayla Kraft, sophomore from Elk River, Minnesota. A couple of points off turnovers there for Seton Hall. UConn controlling that category, plus 15.
Coach Mazzella looking to try to get Kraft more and more minutes as he feels that she can just do so many different things.
Ziebell knocks it down. That's a shot that she wouldn't have even tried last year, and that's the confidence.
That's where you see the growth, right? And that's what you're looking for as a coach in your program. That's a nice pass right there. A good duck in.
Rear bobble by Quinonez. Hackle hits the deck. UConn, they force 25 turnovers a game. Seton Hall right now, 20 turnovers.
It's getting to where it was in the last game. For the most part, the Pirates have been pretty good in that department throughout the season.
It's not just the UConn game, but it's the anticipation of the game before. It's the recovery of the game after. And it's almost like you got to play UConn twice. See the fourth foul on Hackle.
Just perfect touch, and you just jinxed her.
There we go. But second bite at the apple here for Seton Hall. Maybe they can make something more out of it. About a second difference between shot and game clock. Quinonez, nearly the steal. This is Pinckney. Halrosa heaves it. Doesn't catch iron. Arnold will not try it. And so the lead has grown from 22. It's up to 32. UConn in control. A number of teams towards the top that could really make that case, with Seton Hall being one of them.
They absolutely could. And I mean, Villanova at 8-2 has been the second best team, but UConn was able to really blow through them too. And they're a good team. Seton Hall's a good team. And there are teams here near the end that can make a run. I think UConn has separated themselves completely. Creates a little blemish on your schedule, I guess you could say. Your league schedule.
Coming into the weekend, RPI and obviously the net rankings are part of the equation. Villanova is 17 in the RPI. Ziebell with the strip. She's ahead of the pack. You know what you can do from the outside, and Ziebell into double digits.
She's continuing to do what she's been doing her whole life. Just
Valenzuela gets bothered.
Her ability to score around the rim. She's a WNBA player, in my opinion. She's been really good today. They want to get her shots on the go, and she can do it in the paint too.
There was a look at Sarah Williams back on the bench. Valenzuela, prior to those free throws, had just 2 points since that excellent first quarter. Friendly fire between Heckel and Al-Alfi, and it creates an opportunity the other way for Seton Hall. This is Pinckney. A one-handed rebounding effort. Ziebell tips it to Heckel. Baseball pass ahead. Quinonez.
That quick up-tempo game from the Huskies, just you blink and it's already at the other end.
The UConn offense that averages right at 90 points per game this season. Valenzuela said, "Going to give me a little breathing room. I'll take it."
To be able to score like that, pass like that, and the way they took down all those #1 seeds last year, it's impressive what they've done. Maybe slow start had to do with some of that travel. I mean, who knows?
Do you think Gino Orium is going to use that excuse?
No, I don't think so.
No. Alvarosa, nice touch.
He's pretty realistic, though. Like, he's hard on these players, but when you talk to him, he's a realist. He realizes, hey, my team is not always going to shoot 50-something%, you know? But as long as it doesn't stretch out for an entire game. And you said it. I know that Jordana Codio wants to position herself to get drafted, and that's why she went to Seton Hall. She's got the relationship with Tony, and Tony's been great at being able to have good relationships with his players. And
he needed soundproofing.
That's right.
In those locker rooms when he was going up against.
We had some heated games against them in the MAC championships. I mean, we had some really great teams.
What do you remember about you brought up the NCAA tournament.
Just the fact that we were kind of a mid-major at the time, where we were looked at as, you know, who is this team, right? Mm-hmm. And we ended up just making the kind of noise we did. A real Cinderella story. You're not going to see it as much anymore. And that's where the game has really evolved. We were doing it then, and it's continued to evolve.
We'll call it over a decade ago when you played. So at the time,
we had some post players that could step out and shoot. You didn't see that as much 10 years ago or 15 years ago, but it's gotten more dominant, where you can't even be a post player and not be able to make it through.
Bounce pass into Patterson, taken away.
It's been fun to watch, though. It evolved into the game more because everybody likes offense.
Well, and that's where Seton Hall went from 5.5 made threes a game to 7.5 this year. And Tony said, hey, next year we want to be up near 9-10 made threes per game. Khalees Fisher with a spectacular first foray into the game.
And I like that about Coach Bozzella, because he is not afraid to let his team evolve. And that's a nice job in transition there for Seton Hall.
And number 4 for Purdue head to Indiana.
Pass into El Alfi. This is Patterson on the inside. This is the entirety of both the 23-24 and 24-25 seasons. And she's got UConn right at their season average, 90 points. UConn outscoring Seton Hall by 16 here in the second half. A couple minutes away from a 42nd straight win head-to-head against the Pirates. UConn with 4 players in double figures. Sarah Strong leading the way with 17 points in 27 minutes. 16 for Blanca Quinonez, 14 for Azzi Fudd, and Allie Ziebell chipped in with 11.
They've really gotten through the league pretty easy this year.
Played just 40 minutes so far this season. Gets to lace them up against the number 1 team in the country. Swirls out a triple. She's made one of those this season. Hallrosa tries her luck. That's no good. Kraft can't get the follow, and a foul by El Alfi and Fisher converging.
No matter what the score is, and UConn's about to hang 100. They're not going to quite make it, but what an offensive performance from the Huskies.
The last effort doesn't go. The first meeting between these two teams, a 36-point win here today. UConn wins it by 40.